Hello classroom, it's me, the Metaverse Explorer. Now students, listen up, we have an episode for you that's very full of alpha. We just had the town hall that Michael was in, and that crypto, I forgot his name, Crip, we're calling him Crip. He was a previous aeronautical engineer building satellites and stuff, and he dropped so much alpha for us, it's hard to absorb. It's really hard to absorb, guys. Oh my god. So I've created this small slideshow with the help of Funcracker over at Aephian Discord, and we are gonna go through it, and I'm gonna give you what we found, what they said during the town hall, what their plans are for 2022, and the excitement. It's a lot. Okay, so students, are you ready? Let's do it. Hey there, it's me, the Metaverse Explorer. If you're new here, I do Star Atlas videos, tutorials, commentary, and general updates for the Star Atlas metaverse. Full disclosure, I am a part of one of the leading DACs in Star Atlas, Aephian. You might have heard about us, AEP, though I don't think this should be a problem. I do this because I love it. Star Atlas has captivated me. I'm aiming to be a part-time Star Atlas streamer. If you want to support me, all you gotta do is click that button and ding that bell for me. Thanks for your support. Let's get to this episode. And welcome back. Thanks again for watching. So this is an episode full of alpha. We're gonna go ahead and go right across. They first dropped a lot of information, as I said. They kind of gave us an outline of the entire year, Q1, Q2, Q3, and then at the end of the year, what full things they plan to have accomplished. And also at the end of it, in Aephian, we have Isabella Electrum, who gave us her current, based on the current information we have, what the Star Atlas map looks like. What the Star Atlas map looks like. We have had a few of the other drawings go around. This is very rudimentary at the start, but based on one key thing that Cryptic said, he says the Tufa are in the middle, which means there is a middle, which means it's not like a free-for-all, everyone goes everywhere. There is a little middle center, and everything kind of revolves around it, like the Council of Peace is all around it. And we know there's the Council of Peace places are all safe zones. We know the middle is the high-risk zone. So with this, we can actually deduce a map, a crazy little map that actually makes sense. All right, we'll go there at the end, but in the meantime, congratulations to Ashes. You might be watching this. I hope you are. I just talked to you on Twitter. I had to leave in the Twitter spaces because I had to make this video. I had to do it. And congratulations for the job. Really, it's really great news. You've been doing such good work for Star Atlas. So it's only good that they've been able to bring you on board, and hopefully you can help spur on the ecosystem as well, bring some more new people in, education, all good things. All right, let's move right along. So, in the beginning of the town hall, they said there are 25 new ships that are coming throughout the year. 25 ships. Those are a lot of ships. I think we have roughly about maybe 15 ships so far, maybe 15 to 20 ships on the market, I think. But all these, they haven't clarified if these are new releases or like ships we haven't seen before from other people, like the Busan ship. We haven't seen the Busan ship line, have we? There's going to be Titans. There are 3 Titans that we know of. These are the ginormous ships, which are, you know, the anomaly class ships. Not anomalies, no. They're the Titan class ships, sorry. They will be costing 100,000 more, definitely maybe 200, 300, 400k. But the thing is, they're actually going to be an auction. It's a Dutch blind auction. This is what we think over at Aephian. You won't know how much people are bidding for it. You'll just be able to bid. And if you think it's worth that much, you will get it if no one else thinks it's going to be worth that much. So I expect these ships to go for a significant amount of money, like maybe 200, 300k, that sort of thing. We know the Tree Arrow is 100k and they're already selling for 100k. That's ridiculous. So much money floating around the world. We move on. Quarter 1. In quarter 1, this is what they hope to achieve. And this is just a summary thanks to Funcracker. I had to borrow this from him because he keeps track of everything that happens here. The Star Atlas DAO staking, which is for Polis staking, that is definitely still on track for February. Now, I say definitely still on track, but it could be moved. We haven't been given a target date or a confirmed date yet. So, and if you look at their timeline now, they've removed all dates. They learned from their previous mistake. You don't provide a date, and then if you don't meet that date, you know, people are really upset. So now, don't provide any dates. Just go and do the work, and when it's ready, it's out. That's it. So the Star Atlas DAO staking Polis is going to be still on track for February the 28th, I believe. And that being said, Polis, the token, hasn't been performing very well. Now is a great time to pick some up if you want. Okay, and now's a great time to pick up some Atlas as well, because they said there's going to be Atlas staking, yay, which is right at the bottom here, single-sided staking of Atlas, which is awesome. Now, they didn't just mention single-sided staking. Michael also did say there's going to be airdrops for single-sided staking. So there's going to be several benefits. I assume the first benefit will be it's going to be lower fees for the marketplace. If you stake your Atlas, possibly to a faction, and you're in that faction, then your Serum market fees might be going down. But that being said, they're actually moving away from Serum. It's possible that Star Atlas is developing its own marketplace, its own siloed marketplace away from Serum. And this is the number 3rd thing here. There is a marketplace program that they said, no more settlement. So settlement means, you know, when you buy something on Serum or buy something on the Star Atlas marketplace, it doesn't directly go to your inventory first. It goes to, it has to be settled. You have to go and click settle to settle that transaction, and then that item then goes to your inbox. Goes to your wallet. Think of it like a post office. You ordered something on Amazon online, it gets delivered, but it goes to the post office. You have to go to a post office, go and collect it, and bring it home to your house, which is your wallet. So what they said is they're not doing any more settlement very soon once the marketplace programs comes up. And it's possible they might be implementing their own marketplace, which means every other place that you might be buying and selling stuff might be deprecated. They might not allow that. If Star Atlas wants to have their own marketplace where they collect their own fees, where they can say if you stake Atlas you'll get lower fees, then people won't be using separate marketplaces, will they? Because the fees are much higher. If you come to Star Atlas marketplace, the fees will be much lower. And then of course they have the global polish, which means they want to make improvements to the marketplace and the minigame. We don't know much details about the global polish, but it's just basically to make everything look pretty and nice and beginner friendly and all this sort of stuff, so that new people coming in, it's a lot easier for them. So that's quarter 1. Quarter 2, what's happening there? They want to release the showroom module. You can download the client. This should be an executable file on your desktop or on your Mac. Mac, maybe, we'll see. But you can download this and you can actually start navigating your ships. You can walk around your ship, you can visualize it, you can go in and out of things. Don't know if you can physically walk around, not in VR, definitely not. It'll just be on your computer. But hey, if you're good enough, you might be able to translate the two. Hopefully, you should be able to configure your modules and all of the other things, such as paint or cosmetics or skins, you know, all this sort of stuff. This is what the showroom module is supposed to be. And we're looking at quarter 2 for this. So we're thinking January, February, March is first quarter, April, May, June, July, August, maybe September if it's late. But that's what the configuration is in the ship module. So I'm really excited to swap out some of my modules to see what they can actually do, what stats they improve, what stats they don't improve. Some things won't improve anything, like the art gallery and the rainbow ohm. That's not going to improve anything. No firepower. And then we have Cream V0. Now, Cream V0 is a big one because this gives us the crafting and resources management. This opens a whole wide door that we were talking about before in my previous videos. So for Cream to actually happen, you need the resources all fleshed out, which means you need them on the blockchain all fleshed out, which means you need the audited all fleshed out. Then you need the actual mining loop. Like, you know, you do this to get that, to get that, to get that. And then after that, you also have to do the where are you going to get these resources, which means you need the planets, right? Which means if you have planets, which means you need the claim stakes, because that's what we have them for. If you have the claim stakes, then that means they need to figure all that out. So there's like layer and layer and layer and layer of different things that they have to figure out first. That's quarter 2. Let's move on. Quarter 3, quarter 4, they didn't really mention much, but we're talking about end of the year now. End of the year with Rose Garden. Now, at the end of the year, they hope to release Score version 1 and Cream version 1, the second iteration of the Cream and second iteration of Score. I hope Score will be coming out first before Cream, because we have Score now. We need to improve on it. This is where the ship missions come in. This is where you'll be able to hopefully do all the extra missions with the manufacturers, which, oh man, there's so much information. Go back and watch my previous video. There's so much that has like blown our heads wide open, and this is from this guy. There's an aeronautical engineer. Rose Garden. So Rose Garden has replaced Project Mushroom and Project Apple Core on the timeline. There's no more time for this, but they say it's definitely 2.5 years plus. In Rose Garden, he says there's 8 core features that they're going to be focusing on. He didn't say what these 8 core features are. So we're going to have to wait and find out what they actually are. We can speculate, but at the moment, it's way too early to do that. They're still probably working on Score V1, Score V2. Cream V0 hasn't actually even started. So they're still working on all of this stuff before they get to Rose Garden. Rose Garden is the final game. Let's move on. I want to keep these videos short. It's already about 10 minutes so far. These are the ending thoughts at the end of the town hall. What actually happened? So they think, and Aephian thinks as well, that the DAC registration will take longer. They need to implement they need more work for the Gold and Atlas treasury wallets and the collective asset management wallets, which means these are the DAC wallets. This is the DAC side of things. So of course, Aephian, the Star Interstellar Alliance, all of these guys have different priorities. They all have different ways they want to manage their treasuries, and of course Star Atlas needs to provide this infrastructure before they can actually start incorporating themselves as a DAC. There's no point having a DAC, registering a DAC, if you can't actually do anything. You'll have all these spies and all these things happening. Cream 0 will allow us to claim land slots on planets, even though we don't have specific coordinates. And this is a big disconnect that's been happening in Star Atlas at the moment. There's going to be kind of 2 separate land scenarios happening. So the final iteration of the land sales is that there's going to be definite coordinated places of your planet. So your planet will be X, Y, 10, minus 25, or this sort of stuff. In the meantime, in Cream V0, we won't have any of that. It'll basically be what we have now, which is you have a planet there, you can go and stake your land claim there, and you can go and collect those resources there. That's it. And eventually they want to phase this to the ending part where you now have a planet that you can go and put your claim stake on it. Once you do that, you have to work your planet, otherwise you won't be getting, you'll have to pay your taxes, and if you don't pay your taxes, you lose your land claim, someone else comes and takes it. So all of this sort of stuff. And we need that 3D map to come about so we can actually see where all these planets are based. This is what they term like the temporary planet situation that we still find. And of course, different planets have different emission rates for resources. So basically, like all the resources are around, but let's say if you're in the Pierce, if you're in the Mud faction, and the Pierce manufacturer is the first proprietary ship manufacturer for the Mud faction, then the Mud faction is going to have an abundant resource allocation for the Pierce ships. Pierce ships are going to require a certain amount of resources, and the highest will probably be the resources in that territory, which is Mud. You can still get other resources from the other factions, but at a really reduced rate. So it won't be economically viable for you to mine another faction's proprietary resources in your own faction, which is different. So it's better to go there or go and buy it from the marketplace. And of course, this means like, all the different planets have different emission rates. That's easy. That's like kind of a given. Now, 2 things to add here. We had Twitter Spaces, which I just left now. Sorry, Ashes, I had to leave. I have to make this video. Moonman, hey man. He did give us some really great alpha, which is incredible. This should have been focused on so much more. Basically, what he said is that in the medium to short term, the game, think of it like Stellaris. Stellaris is kind of like a real-time strategy spacefaring game where, you can manage lots of fleets and you go to planets and you bombard them and you take them over, and this whole geopolitical faction economies going on, all of this sort of stuff. If you haven't looked at that game, Stellaris, this is what Star Atlas is going to look like in the medium to short term. In the longer term, it's more going to be like Star Citizen, where it's first person role playing kind of thing. Oh, you can see it face to face, and you can walk from here to there, and then you can get into your ship like what's it called, No Man's Sky, that sort of thing. But you know, that hasn't even started being developed yet. But in the meantime, go and play Stellaris, familiarize yourself with the game and how it works, because this is how he said it is. This is what they're kind of looking at, what it's like closely represented to. And then at the end of it says, well, are you hard at the moment? I am hard. And I'm referring to the Star Atlas fleets, guys. You get your mind out of the gutter. Your fleets, if you've been staking for about, is it 28 days or 25 days and onwards, your fleet should now be hardened. This is a hardened fleet now. It's no longer a seasoned fleet, it's a hardened fleet. And I think at the end of it, you go to, I forget what they are. It's not worth remembering yet because, you know, we haven't gotten any benefits for it. But remember, you will be getting NFTs for these now. You will be getting NFTs for your fleets. And we don't know if, we don't think it'll give you any benefits at the moment. Just cosmetic, which is not bad. It just says that you're committed and you're removing your ships from the marketplace. All right, let's move on. And a few other things. Shout out to Isabella Electrum on the Aephian Discord. I'm going to show you her YouTube page. She does VR, not VR. Sort of update my... She does how do I call this? She's a virtual YouTuber. That's right. So basically they have like an avatar and she covers lots of different topics, particularly games, but she's very active in the Star Atlas and Aephian Discord. Now, this is her map that she made for us. So thank you, Isabella Electrum. This video goes out to you. Now, this is what we have kind of, how should I say, interpreted from the information that we've received. So Cryptic did say that the Cataclysm and the Tufa are in the middle. This is a key word. If there's a middle, then there's a surrounding. So have a look at this map and you tell us what you think. Leave a comment down below. So the Cataclysm is in the middle, as we can see here. Tufa are in here. We have the safe zones, the COP, Council of Peace, which will be 3 major factions. We have the Oni, the Uster, and the Mud. Okay, so they are going to be around. And the current thought process is that you can't just travel from one safe location to another safe location. You will have to, until gates are implemented in the first place. So you'll have to travel through a medium risk zone and then go to a high risk zone. So if the middle is the high risk zone, there should be a medium zone between the high risk and the safe zone. You can't go straight from high risk to you can't go straight from safe zone to high risk zone. It just doesn't work. Like, how does that work? There's no middle of it. You can't just like step over this line and now it's super high risk. No, you have to go to a medium zone, which means there needs to be a small buffer around the safe zone, connecting it to the high risk zone. So this kind of all makes sense, to be honest. And you can see that the ship manufacturers are in the middle of the 2 different factions that they have proprietary manufacturing with. You can see that the Calico are half Mud and half Oni, or Busan. So Pierce and Busan makes the Calico, and we know that the Uster, or the Visus, and the Pierce from Mud make the Opal series. So I think this map is pretty accurate, guys. I think it is very accurate. And of course, you keep this is just the 2D version, but think of it in a 3D sense, where like you can move the camera on top of it now, and then like you have the Y and X axis as well. So it won't be just a circle that's safe. It'll be like a circle that looks at it on the top, and then it's like goes wiggly across everywhere. But yeah, this is what I think the map looks like, and I think it's accurate. What do you think? I think it's pretty accurate, guys. Yeah. And of course, we don't know what all this extra area around it is. Maybe just free space. What's it called? Deep space, where you don't actually know what's there. Maybe this is where some of the weird DLCs may come in, or we have a giant threat to all species, and so all DACs have to come together because there's a new alien race that's attacking from somewhere, and then one of these safe space gets dominated by a specific unknown entity. All of this sort of stuff could play out. Okay, Isabella, thank you very much for this map. Shout out to Funcracker, Aephian, and the town hall that we just did, which was incredible. thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate your time, and if you like this map, leave a comment down below. Give Isabella a like from Aephian, and yeah, join us in Aephian. This is the kind of stuff we cover all the time. I will see you very soon. Stay safe. Ciao.